Are we starting? Okay. Yeah. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 15th Annual Greater Shepparton Volunteer Recognition Awards. My name is Tawny Vicali, and it is my pleasure to be one of your MCs for this evening, and it is so wonderful to see the room full of amazing volunteers. My fellow MC is Rob Truen. Rob is 24 and has been a part of the Greater Shepparton community for his entire life. He has grown up playing sport, fishing and going to school at Wanganui Park Secondary College, and now working and studying in the region. He is currently studying his Bachelor of Social Work in Research Honours at the La Trobe Rural Campus in Shepparton, has completed multiple certificates through GoTAFE and has participated in the Fairlie Youth Community Leadership Program 2023. While he is studying, Rob works in community services facilitating workshops and one-to-one support for people trying to find employment. Rob also works casually for Aquamoves, assisting people with their fitness in the gym and running group fitness classes, and has a background working in the fitness industry, having worked as a self-employed personal trainer in the past. Rob is passionate about working in the community services industry and has a particular interest in the mental health sector of social work, with aspirations to become a mental health practitioner post-study. Please welcome Rob.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you, Tawny, for that introduction. Tawny grew up on a dairy farm just out of Kyabram with her 11 siblings and her mum and dad. Tawny attended primary school at Gagari Primary School, then attended high school at Kyabram Peter 12 College. She became independent from a very young age, which she attributes to growing up on the farm and being part of a big family. In 2017, Tawny boarded at Melbourne Girls Grammar, where she completed her Year 12 VCE in 2018. In 2019, she worked as a communications officer for CPB contractors on the level crossing removal project, Caulfield to Dandenong. Tawny moved back home in 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic breaking out, where she found work as a team support officer for a state government-funded program called Grow Greater Shepparton, where she completed a Certificate 4 in Business Administration and was a participant in the Fairlie Youth Leadership Program in 2023. Last year in April 2023, Tawny decided she wanted a change in her career. After a hearty search, she found herself working as a Community Engagement Officer for the Federal Member of Nichols, Sam Birrell MP. She has learnt so many new things and has gained a lot more self-growth in her career and personal life. Tawny is now undertaking a diploma in business at La Trobe University. She is on the club committee and socials committee at the Kyabram Football Netball Club and is the netball operations manager. She also recently started a side hustle of customised goods and gifts called Lil Customs Co. Please welcome Tawny.
Welcome everyone to the 2024 Greater Shepparton Volunteer Recognition Awards. The theme of tonight's awards is Something for Everyone. This year's theme was chosen to align with the National Volunteer Week 2024 theme to recognise the diverse passions and talents everyone brings to the act of volunteering. Thank you to those who were able to join us in person at Riverlinks East Bank tonight and those at home watching the awards on the live stream. It's going to be a great evening. I would now like to introduce you to Greater Shepparton City Council Mayor, Councillor Shane Sarley. Please join me in welcoming the Mayor.
Very good. Thank you, Rob and Tawny. Firstly, there are a lot of people here tonight. This is good, more than double than what we had last year. So it's a true example of how many nominations we received this year and the amount of support that you bring to these type of events. It's great to be here with you tonight. I'd like to begin by acknowledging our traditional owners and pay respect to the elders, both past and present. It has already been noted tonight that we have the pleasure of having here our guest speaker, Samuel Johnson, OAM, and we welcome you to Greater Shepparton and thank you for attending the Volunteer Recognition Awards. We look forward to hearing about your journey this evening. A number of councillors are here with us this evening. We have our Deputy Mayor, Councillor Sam Spinks, Councillor Seema Abdullah, Councillor Ben Ladson, Councillor Fern Summer, Councillor Jeff Dobson and Councillor Anthony Brophy. Also with us tonight we have our Federal Member for Nichols, Sam Birrell, the Member for Northern Victoria, the Honourable Wendy Lovell, Member for Shepparton District, Kim O'Keefe, Member for Northern Victoria, Ricky Lee Tyrrell, and Greater Shepparton City Council, Chief Executive Officer Fiona Legasic. But tonight is about the people, and I would like to especially welcome each and every one of the volunteers in attendance and those who are watching via our live stream this evening. Today commences National Volunteer Week. This is Australia's largest annual celebration of volunteering, and tonight marks Greater Shepparton's 15th Annual Volunteer Recognition Award ceremony. We will honour the many of the exceptional community members who play an important role volunteering and contributing to our community. As you have already been introduced by two amazing people, our MCs, Tawny Vocali and Rob Truan. Tawny and Rob are leading the way for a future generation of young volunteers and are congratulated for their fantastic example they set. Obviously, when we all walked in, the Golden Valley Seniors Association musical group who entertained us on the arrival this evening. Thank you for your entertainment this evening. Each nominee should be congratulated for their outstanding efforts which have led to their nomination. Greater Shepparton is fortunate to have so many dedicated volunteers that support the community across the region. You will hear about volunteers who have given countless hours to assist fellow community members. Whatever their contribution was, we are all here to acknowledge their efforts and say thank you. We also acknowledge those volunteers nominated tonight. They equally deserve to be acknowledged this evening. This year, a total of 45 nominations were received for the Volunteer Awards. This is the highest number of nominations ever received, highlighting how valued our volunteers are for the role they play in our community. Nominations were received across 4 categories of young volunteer, 12 to 25 years of age, adult volunteer, 26 years of age and over, volunteer team, a group of 2 or more people, and long-serving volunteer, 15 years or more service. The theme of tonight's award is something for everyone. It is an invitation to explore the many volunteer opportunities available in community and emphasise there is a place for everyone in the world of volunteering. We're also pleased to be presenting the Greater Shepparton Women's Charter 2024 Annual Women's Award. This award is an initiative of the Greater Shepparton Women's Charter, and the award recognises and celebrates the achievements of women in Greater Shepparton, those whose stories, contributions and actions have inspired and encouraged others to reach their goals, through embracing diversity and making a difference on gender equality. So congratulations again to all the nominees and the winners who will be recognised this evening. You've helped shape the fabric of this great community, and Greater Shepparton is a place where we give up our time to help each other, and for that I'm so proud. Thank you for having me and my fellow councillors here this evening. I will now hand back to Tawny and Rob.
Thank you, Mayor Sally. We now have a councillor video presentation to all of our nominees.
On behalf of Greater Shepparton City Council, congratulations to each of the 2024 Volunteer Recognition Award nominees. You should be all extremely proud of your achievements which have led to this nomination.
This year is the 15th Annual Volunteer Recognition Awards for our region. The awards recognise and thank volunteers who contribute their time and energy for the good of our community.
The theme for this year's award ceremony is something for everyone. We want to emphasise that there is a place for everyone in the world of volunteering.
No matter how long you have been volunteering, it's important to know that what you do makes a difference. So tonight, we have come together to express our gratitude for all that you do as volunteers in our region.
Council itself has around 500 volunteers, and we rely on these people to run essential programs throughout the region.
Tonight's awards provide an opportunity to nominate a volunteer and to have them acknowledged by our community. To our volunteers, we want to let you all know how much your dedication and hard work is really appreciated.
There are so many great organisations within Greater Shepparton who rely on volunteers. Not-for-profits, community groups, schools, sporting and social clubs, all benefit from the talent and experience which volunteers bring.
Our community benefits greatly from those who choose to volunteer selflessly and without expectation of being recognised. Tonight, we want to do just that. We want to recognise and celebrate you.
Volunteering is a great way to gain experience, meet people and contribute to services within the region. As long as you're willing to donate your most precious resource, your time, you will leave a lasting impact on others.
You have all played an important part in helping Greater Shepparton succeed. Congratulations once again to all the nominees. We hope you enjoyed tonight's Volunteer Recognition Award ceremony.
It gives me great pleasure to introduce this evening's keynote speaker, Samuel Johnson, OAM. Samuel Johnson won a gold Logie for his portrayal of Molly Meldrum. He also danced his way to the Mirrorball Trophy on Dancing with the Stars. But he would much prefer to be known as a brother to his sister Connie, who died of cancer in September 2017. Since Connie's diagnosis, Samuel has unicycled 15,478 kilometres around Australia. He has helped build a giant heart out of 50 million 5-cent pieces and has helped raise nearly $20 million for cancer research. Please make welcome Love Your Sister's Chief Cancer Vanquisher, Victorian Australian of the Year 2018, Samuel Johnson.
Hello. I'm so excited for all of you tonight. My mum opted out of life itself when I was 3, and so I was raised with my 2 sisters by my dad. We were a single parent family. That was quite unusual back then, and I had a good life, but Dad stopped writing novels when Mum died, and he started writing commissioned histories because he had 3 children to raise. So he'd flip houses during the day, and then he'd write commissioned sports histories at night. And he got a job writing the history of the Royal Melbourne Golf Club. And so that's where we moved next time. You know, we moved every 18 months or so. And so we went to Black Rock, right next to the golf course. Dad wrote his commissioned history, and I went to Black Rock Primary School. It was just luck. Really? It was just luck. The Black Rock Primary School happened to be, at the time, the only school in Victoria that taught Japanese. There's this thing that they were doing called the Asian Pacific Children's Peace Convention. And they wanted 40 children from every Southeast Asian nation to be selected and chosen to go to Fukuoka in the southern island of Kyushu in Japan. Because I went to Black Rock Primary, I put my hand up and they said, yeah, you can go. And so all of a sudden I'm in a tube in the sky going to Japan. I didn't come from a family where you can afford things like airfares. That was so fancy, I couldn't believe it. And you know, in Japan, every child, it's part of the PE curriculum, every child knows how to unicycle. I learnt to unicycle in Japan when I was 11. And so I came back to Australia with my Miata, and I was pretty into this unicycling circus, juggling devil's stick, Diablo kind of caper. I liked it. And then my sister got sick real quick after I got back from the special tube in the sky. And she, it's a fairly nasty cancer. There's over 500 of them. But this is a nasty one in that it attacks young girls. She was only 11 and it was in her left leg, a Ewing sarcoma. And there were 2 girls that got it in Victoria that year and the other one died. And my sister didn't. And so I was about 11 or 10 or 11 or 12 or something like, you know, I would get along as you'd expect with a sibling. She didn't want me to come to camps with her. because she didn't. So she became part of Challenge, and I became part of Canteen. And I was coming back from a water skills camp when I was like 11 or something. And I'd just done the most amazing things in a row. Jet skiing, motorcycle riding with the special police who can ride off-road and stuff, helicopter riding, I'm not kidding, helicopter rides, go-karts. And there was just all the stuff that we would never get around to doing because we never had that kind of money. It was good times. Not so much for my sister because she was going through cancer, but I was able to go to Canteen and they just showered me with all the things. And so I was coming down back from my water skills camp. I can't remember which location it was at, but I was coming back from my water skills camp and I was thinking to myself on the bus, I would have been 11 or 12, Canteen have really helped me out. Like, how much would I have to raise, do you reckon, so Canteen could say, right, I'm cost neutral? You know, like out of all the things they've done for me, how much would it be? How would I raise that money? How would I pay Canteen back the way my dad raised me? How would I pay them back? Because it's significant outlay. Helicopter rides. And so I was thinking to myself in the bus, well, maybe I should unicycle for charity. And I first came up with that idea when I was 11 or 12. And Penny was my leader. And so I brought it up with Penny and I said, well, how about I unicycle from like Mornington or Frankston into the city and then back out. I'll make it 100 Ks. We'll just make it 100 Ks. I'll raise 5,000 maybe. Maybe it'll go really well and I'll raise 10,000. And Penny kind of laughed me off. She was like, look, there's going to be lots of insurance dramas. You know, you're a miner and there's roads and, you know, it's pretty dangerous. And a unicycle, I don't know about that, mate. It's maybe when you're older. And I was like, okay, no worries. And so I just kept going to Canteen camps and thought maybe when I'm older. And when I was 21, I got on a show called The Secret Life of Us. And I thought, oh, Canteen's probably going to want a piece of me now. And so I rang up Canteen and I said, well, as I said when I was 12, I like, do you want to do a unicycle fundraiser thing, you know? And they're like, yeah, absolutely. I was like, see, I'm over 18 now. They're going to say yes when I'm over 18 and I'm a big boy. And so I ended up riding from Sydney to Melbourne. It was 1,003.4 Ks and raising $500,000 for Canteen. Thank you. A while later, my girlfriend opted out. You know, I won't bring the mood down because this is a night of celebration, but it was a pretty dark time. And you know, I was getting into the habit of trying to put rainbows around really negative experiences because the one thing you can control is your response. And none of us are immune. We're all going to get lifed. At some point, we're going to get blindsided to the temple from some curveball on some idle Tuesday. It's going to happen to all of us if we're lucky. We can choose, however, how we respond to it. So I responded to Connie's childhood cancer with that unicycle ride, which took me about 10, 12 years to concoct. And then when my girlfriend opted out, I volunteered for Open Family and did their induction and every Friday night I'd go out on the streets and cook noodles and toasties for at-risk kids. And I ended up doing a filmmaking program with 15 of those at-risk kids, and it was a thoroughly enjoyable experience. My end game sucked. I was still kind of learning how to do it better, but it was well worth doing and really had me believing that if I can put these rainbows around these things, I can have a good life. Then when my sister got her third cancer, and it spread to her liver, lung, spine, pelvis and knee, and Then we had a big talk, and we founded an organisation called Love Your Sister. Love Your Sister is in its 11th year, and I am still its #1 ticket-holding volunteer. I don't receive a wage. I believe that I may have been asked to present here in some part because I am indeed a volunteer myself. So even though I feel like any of you could get up here and take this time just fine, I'm happy and honoured to be a part of it. As you know, with volunteering, like with everything, it has its ups and downs. After I rode the unicycle around the country and put $1.4 million in the bank, I tagged. Everything I did tagged. For 2 years, I just face planted. There was just nothing I could do could cut through. And so I rang my sister, and because I'm in charge of fundraising, and I was really worried. I was, I rang my sister and I said, look, I've done the numbers. I've promised the country that I'm going to raise 10 mil, and we're on 200,000 a year. I've done the numbers, and we're going to reach 10 million by 2042. So you can understand how worried I was, because I was the head of fundraising and I couldn't make it happen. And so I said, look, I know that things are rough for you right now, but what I really need is your help with fundraising. If you could come up with an idea, something, anything really, I'd really appreciate that, because everything I'm doing is tanking. And she had to think about it, rang me the next day and said, yeah, I've thought of something. I was like, great, what did you think of? And she said, how about I get a world record of my own to match your unicycling world record, and I do that before I die. How does that sound? I was like, oh, that sounds terrific. What's the world record? She said, longest line of coins. I mean, I'd just been around the country at 11.4 k's an hour. It took me 364 days on a silly little bike. I didn't really want to go around again, just laying. I wasn't into the A to B thing, like I didn't want road permits and all this. Oh, God, it just sounded like a nightmare. So I didn't respond too kindly for it. I said, I like the idea of the world record, but longest line of coins, really, what's the record? And she said 73.5 k's. And I was like, oh, right, okay. Oh, and as I was drowning in this, she said, but how's about this? We don't do a line from A to B, we just arrange them in the shape of a love heart. It'll be the world's biggest, twinkliest, shiniest, spinkliest love heart they've ever seen. I was like, oh, that sounds good. What are we going to call it? She said, the Big Heart Project. And I went, oh, that's great. Oh, if we could raise $100,000 out of this, that'd be great. That'd be so good. She said, guess what? If I break the world record, 5 cent coins for a metre is $2.80. So people could buy a metre to help us break the world record for only $2.80. I was right into it. So she explained that the Big Heart Project would all be 5 cent coins and everyone could afford to participate. I couldn't believe it. I rang Questacon. There was a science museum in Canberra that we knew, and I knew that they knew the Mint. So maybe if I was nice to them, they might introduce me to the people at the Mint. So I rang Questacon and I pretended to need their help, and they did indeed know people at the Mint. And I was like, oh, could we get in touch with them maybe? And yeah, I spoke to the Mint that day, and they were absolutely into it and a part of it, and providing all the 5 cent coins for the day because it was an online fundraiser. And Questacon came on board to help us with the record. And then I thought, well, we need a banking partner. So I went to Bendigo Bank, who had helped me before, and I asked them whether they'd be interested, and they got on board too. It's very rare in this caper to get 3 from 3. I was onto something because it was 3 from 3 the same day. That never happens. This was well before the gold logie. And so I rang her back and said, right, we've got Questacon, we've got the Royal Australian Mint, we've got Bendigo Bank, we are good to go. And she said, what's my budget? I laughed. I thought this was my reaction. I was just like, there is no budget. There's no, we're not, like, I can't even, it's not quite like that, Con. She thought we must add some money somewhere or something. And I said, no, what you've got is 3 sponsors and a really good idea, and everyone's going to come to the party, and good luck with that. So, with no money, she engaged the help of 1,500 volunteers in Canberra. 1,500. She was dying of cancer and unable to perform most duties. So the only way she could really effectively make the Big Heart Project happen is if she got volunteers to help her. I'm not exaggerating with 1,500, it was 1,500. At the Lynham tennis courts, they organised everything. We had turnstiles coming in for that fundraiser, and at the end of the day, over 10,000 people had attended. Right as we were coming up to Big Heart Project, I was nominated for the Gold Logie. And I didn't know what to do. If I got lucky, I could have a Carrie Bickmore kind of beanie moment. You know, if I got lucky and they announced my name, I could get up there and talk about the Big Heart Project. Or I'm not the winner. And I delay the fundraiser and my sister doesn't make it that far. I didn't know what to do. I wanted to help her because together we were going to raise $100,000. And I wanted to help her all I could. But I also didn't want to delay it in case she wasn't around for her last fundraiser. Peter, I think this is time. This is what happened. Can you crank up the volume, Peter? Break their exams, please.
The TV Week Gold Logie goes to Samuel Jackson!
But I see it running through
What's the final amount raised from the Heart Project?
Connie doesn't know where we're at. I've held it from her. Donations flooded in all night. And this is so cool. 2,221,096,075.
And that's exactly why we need to continue the research. So mums like me don't have to say goodbye to their children.
We have to carry on this message to not fall into the booby trap and to be breast aware.
I love you, Connie. I love you.
I think Love Your Sister lives on. And I hope that it will live on long after I'm gone. And that one day people won't die of this disease.
It ended up being $2.55 million in 5-cent coins. We were trying to raise $100,000. It was absolutely the perfect ending for Connie. It was absolutely amazing. And they actually announced my name for that gold shiny thing. And some of your names are going to get announced tonight too. And it's pretty weird when that happens, let me tell you. I'm going to do something unusual and very quick, if I may. I've got 800,000 people on social. I rounded up to 1 million because we've got an EDM of 200,000. But I'm hoping to get a quick photo because it's a big honour for me to be here and a part of your night. So I'm hoping that I can get a quick photo with you behind me. So that I can tell the country about this night. Is that okay? Okay, great. Feel free to stand up. It'll give it more zhuzh. Feel free to all stand up if you can. If you can, Sorry to ask. It's just more, I'm going for atmosphere. Thank you so much for indulging me there. The problem that I've noticed with award nights, because I had them quite a bit in my showbiz days, and we only really focus on winning the Gold Logie or being the Victorian Australian of the Year. What we don't focus on is the amount of times my name didn't get called. Showbiz award ceremonies are fairly notorious for becoming quite flat, because most of the people in the room at the end of the night feel like losers. I've had my name not called, and your instant reaction, I'm not the only one, I've asked many people in showbiz about this as well. My instant reaction when I don't hear my name is to feel like I lost. If you don't hear your name tonight and you feel like you lost, that's okay, that's normal. Everyone feels like they lost a bit when their name doesn't get called. But please vanquish it as soon as you can, because you're a winner just by being nominated. We're in a very, very proud country of volunteerism, one of the best countries in the world. The whole system would collapse if not for volunteers. Volunteerism really, really leads our culture. Without volunteerism, what do we really have? You've been selected to be here as part of tonight as beacons, as benchmarks for volunteerism. What a privilege. What an honour. Maybe you won by being nominated, and it's not about your name being called out at all. When they announced my name as Victorian Australian of the Year, I went to the Australian of the Year thing and didn't hear my name. But gee, I felt good to get the Vic one. I was nominated. That meant the world to me. So I suggest this. If you don't hear your name get called tonight, have a great night. Celebrate. Be proud to be here. Be proud. And this is my dad talking a bit, but he would say, if he was still around, he'd say, show some grace. Go to the winner. Congratulate them on a job well done, because they deserve it just as much as you do. My name's Sam. You're all winners in my mind. I hope none of you feel like losers for too long if you don't hear your name. It's just a shiny thing at the end of the day. I hope you have a terrific night, a splendid night, and even better tomorrow. And I hope that you use an event like tonight to thrust you forward when it comes to your community and your volunteer-driven duties out and about there. Thank you. Good luck.
Wow. Thank you so much to Samuel for sharing such a moving and courageous journey, and congratulations for the inspiring work you do with the Love Your Sister Foundation. And now we're on to the awards. We have had a record number of nominations this year, 45 in total. The order of proceedings for tonight will be, Tawny and I will announce the categories and the names of each nominee. Can each nominee please make your way to the stage as soon as your category is announced? For nominee teams, please send 1 or 2 representatives to the stage only. The Mayor will present each nominee with a certificate. The Mayor will also announce the category winner. Once the winner of the category has been announced, they will be presented with their certificate and trophy. And once the winner has been presented with their certificate and trophy, they will be invited to speak for a few moments. If I could ask the Mayor, Councillor Shane Sally, to come forward and we will commence the awards, starting with the Young Volunteer Award.
Can all nominees who have been nominated for the Young Volunteer category please make your way now to the left of the stage? The nominees for the 2024 Young Volunteer of the Year Award are Abbas Al-Najjar, Chloe Sergi, Claire Hardy, Ebony Keating, Madison Carter, and Ruby Wyatt Carter. The recipient of the 2024 Young Volunteer Award is Ruby Wyatt Carter. Ruby is an inspirational young person who has had their own challenges and adversity. Not letting their health issues define them, Ruby is creative in developing strategies and workarounds, being a valuable member of the Goulburn Valley Pride family and out in the open committee. They have generously volunteered various hours with Goulburn Valley Pride since 2020 and brings passion and creativity to all that they do. Ruby is able to communicate their vision to a wide audience and empower others to help bring that vision to life by bringing colour and flair into the community with artworks and ideas that inspire the community through vulnerable community.
Good evening, everyone. I just want to say I'm very proud to be standing here as a non-binary person, to be winning this award as a non-binary person. I'm very emotional right now, sorry. Just to think where I was 3 years ago. I never thought that this would have happened. I love volunteering for my local LGBT plus community. I love giving back to the community and making the broader Shepparton community a safer, more welcoming space for other LGBT plus young people. Thanks.
Congratulations once again, Ruby. Our next award is for the Long-Serving Volunteer of the Year. Can all nominees who have been nominated for the Long-Serving Volunteer category please make your way now to the side of the stage? The nominees for the Long-Serving Volunteer Award are Elsie Catrolli, Fidaret Sheriff, Gary Gray, John Lang, Marianne Barton, Merush Asim, Phil Croak, please make your way on stage. Well done to our nominees. The winner of the 2024 Long Serving Volunteer Award is Gary Gray. Gary is a passionate volunteer who is tirelessly committed to multiple men's sheds in Greater Shepparton. His passion for men's health is evident in his advocacy and continuous drive to implement and facilitate social connections, community partnerships, and opportunities for the blokes at the men's shed is to be commended. Gary is committed to providing men with the opportunities and avenues to sit and talk, thereby creating a safe and open space for men to talk about men's health, as well as learn new skills or just have a cuppa. His skills in grant writing and advocacy have had a positive impact on multiple men's sheds in Greater Shepparton, thereby providing a positive impact in the community. Well done, Gary.
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity to receive the award and to talk to you for an hour and a half, maybe a little less. Look, it's been a privilege to do the things we've been doing, men's sheds and some of the other organisations we've been in. It's been I should say really, it's been a privilege to be nominated. So I'm still not too sure who did the nomination, but I'm sure I'll find out tonight. But I'm very proud that somebody took the time and the effort to put in writing what they thought should be put down. So whoever it was, thank you very much. It's been a joy for, I think it's about 18 years now, volunteering in the men's shed facility and some of the other school kid-based at-risk kids efforts that we do throughout the men's sheds, venues and activities. So I'd like to congratulate all the other nominees. Well done. I'd like to say thank you to my wonderful wife who allows me to nip off and do the volunteering while the grass grows and the cows go through the fence. I'm not home to fix them up, obviously. But look, it's been a joy. I thank you very much for that.
Congratulations to all nominees in the long-serving category. It is our pleasure tonight to announce the nominees for the Greater Shepparton Women's Charter Award. Before we announce the nominees, please enjoy a short video of last year's winner of this award, Jamie Lee.
Hi, I'm Jamie Lee and I was the Woman of the Year for the Women's Charter Alliance Award. Winning this award was such a boost in confidence and helped me to push on further into the year doing my advocacy work. The advice I would give to other women is to collaborate and don't take no for an answer. You can get 100 no's, but once you get that one yes, that is the whole difference in pushing on with your goals. I think it is so important to recognise and spotlight the achievements of women in the Goulburn Valley. There are so many incredible people out there doing amazing stuff. This is a once-a-year opportunity to have them up in the spotlight, have them standing up the front in front of a whole audience. You could change somebody's life, you could change their trajectory, you could encourage them and support them and show them how much what they're doing really means to everybody around them.
It is now my pleasure to announce the nominees for the Greater Shepparton Women's Charter Women's Award. I would like to invite all nominees to come to the stage. The nominees are Celia Adams, Chelsea Sofra, Emma Keady, Lisa Houston, Nicole Stanfield, Neha Samar, Vicky Scott, and Zara Kadimi. The winner of the 2024 Greater Shepparton Women's Charter Award is Chelsea Sofra. Chelsea was nominated for her ongoing personal and professional commitment to equity and inclusivity, including being one of the 4 finalists of the 2017-18 Victorian Young Achievers Award for her role as a Youth Advisory Council member with Headspace, manager of Goulburn Valley Centre Against Sexual Assault, being a voice for women and girls in need and the empowerment of women and girls on social media, coordinating programs for First Nations young women to have access to leadership and mentoring opportunities, working as a volunteer to provide young women of the GV with resources and events to help with their mental health, working with Court Dogs Victoria to provide women and children with a trained trauma support dog during court process, helping refugee and asylum seeker women and girls access healthcare, promoting and supporting causes on social media and in person that inspire inclusivity, equality and acceptance, especially for women and trans women in our community, being a constant inspiration to other women and mothers in leadership. Through her volunteer and paid roles, Chelsea demonstrates a strong commitment to women's rights, and is considered a role model and leader in community by other women.
Hi all, thank you so much. I honestly did not think that I was going to win this with such amazing women in the category, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity. I'd like to thank the person that nominated me. They shared some of their quite harrowing journey to be able to nominate me, so I really appreciate that. And just thank you for everyone for tonight and for the ongoing support of the causes that we're all here to represent. Thank you.
Congratulations, Chelsea. We are now going to watch a short video on our theme, Something for Everyone.
My name's Georgie, my pronouns are she and her. I volunteer for Goulburn Valley Pride in Shepparton. I grew up in a family where both of my parents always volunteered and gave their time, and that was something that was instilled within us when I was a child and something that I saw them do most of my life. And so when I was an adult and I found Goulburn Valley Pride, immediately I was like, how can I help? What can I do? And then over time, I just fell in love with what I get to do. I often would reflect to people that it fills my rainbow tank, which is kind of like filling up your cup, I guess, in a way that when you do things for community, what it gives back to you is often way more than what you might have put out there into the world. In most circumstances, when you're a volunteer, you're part of a team. So you've got people that have got your back, that'll hold your hand, that'll teach you how to do things. So if you want to learn, if you want to participate a bit more differently in society, if you want to have a go, please reach out, because there's always something that you can be involved with. Whether you volunteer for, a non-profit, for a community-led organisation, for a sporting club, or for a pride group like I do, all of it is vital and really cool, and I love it.
Hi everyone, my name is Auntie Pam Peterson and I'm a proud Yorta Yorta elder. I do all sorts of volunteering. If I see something in the paper and it interests me, I might give the people a ring and ask them, look, would you like me to volunteer for you, because I'm really interested in what your organisation is doing. So that's how I started my volunteering, and I just love it because you meet so many people. And also if I see any other people or people come up to me and ask me how I got started in volunteering, I just let them know how I started by looking in the paper or looking on Facebook and looking at things that interest me, and I just go and see them, and hopefully they will say, yes, come along and help. And I just like meeting all the people.
I volunteer for 4 different organisations. The Greater Shepparton Disability Advisory Committee, for which I've been sitting for 18 months. Radio Eastern in Melbourne, 98.1. for 42.5 years on their managing committee and also life member. Guide Dogs Victoria since 2010, helping them in promotions, and also I volunteer for another organisation which is extremely important for us people with disabilities, or anyone for that matter, and that's the Public Transport Users Association of Victoria. For the last 12 months we've been advocating for better public transport, not only here in the Goulburn Valley but also in Melbourne's outer east and in the city network area. I think volunteering is important because it gives volunteering a sense of self-worth. You can do something for somebody else, for someone which they can't do for themselves. And I'm talking about driving, it could be delivering mail, it could be shopping for someone. Volunteering comes in all forms of shapes and sizes, from looking after young folks to looking after the elderly to helping people like myself, the disabled. Definitely give it a go. It could be something small, or it could be a commitment of 2 or 3 years, but you don't know what you're missing out on until you give it a go.
Thank you to Mitch Barrett from MB Creative for his work in the making of that video. Our next award is the 2024 Adult Volunteer of the Year Award. Can all nominees who have been nominated for the Adult Volunteer category please make your way to the side of the stage? The nominees for the Adult Volunteer Award are Barbara Godden, Carol Evans, Chelsea Nicholson, David Earl, Diane York, Elaine Dander, Greg Brassel, Jacqueline McCarty, Jane Tremelin, Jeanette Batten, Christy Rudd, Lee Bamford, Megan Thompson, Pat Cummins, and Shane Gardner. Shuffle along, guys. The winner of the 2024 Adult Volunteer of the Year Award is Elaine Dander. Elaine's dedication to volunteering at GV Health is a testament to her loyalty, reliability and caring nature. Elaine is a beloved volunteer at GV Health, viewing her role as a means of staying active and connected with visitors, patients and staff. Her passion for learning and training new volunteers keeps her youthful and engaged. Known for her kindness, generosity and quick wit, Elaine makes everyone feel comfortable and at ease at the hospital. Her dedication to GV Health is unwavering and her commitment to service is commendable. GV Health are privileged to have Elaine as a valued member of their team.
I'd just like to say thank you tonight for this award. It's an honour. And I would like to thank all the other nominees who have volunteered. And I'd like to thank Karen from Golden Valley Health and the volunteers, some of them are here tonight, who sponsored me. And thank you to my family who are also here tonight. Very much appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah, always, yes, yes, yes. Yeah, exactly, they can come up. Yeah. Our final award for the night is for the 2024 Team Volunteer of the Year. Can representatives from the Team Volunteer category please make your way now to the side of the stage? The nominees for the Team Volunteer Award are Australian Sikh Support, Caroline Chisholm Society, GV Pregnancy and Family, Support Services Volunteers, Central Park Recreation Reserve and Community Centre Community Asset Committee, Chris and Jenny Jolly, affectionately known as the Secret Skrills. COGS Group of Fire Brigades and Member Brigades. Family Haven Lighthouse Crew. Greater Shepparton Positive Ageing Advisory Committee. Greater Shepparton Visitor Centre Volunteers. Lowell Thompson Costume Collection Volunteers. Marupna Education and Activity Centre Volunteers. Nephies, we listen, suicide prevention. The Pakistani Association of Goulburn Valley. Umoja Empowerment Group. Under the Big Top Pride Ball, Goulburn Valley Bride Incorporated. Vision Australia Volunteer Radio News Reader Team. And volunteers of Community Hub of St George's Road Primary School and Shepparton English Language Centre. The winner of the 2024 Team Volunteer Award is Cogs Group Fire Brigades and Member Brigades. The members of the Cogs Group, comprising highly trained volunteers, demonstrate an unwavering commitment to supporting the community day and night. To those in need, the Cogs Group members are a beacon of hope and support during their darkest hours, despite the personal sacrifices they make, including missing special events or family dinners. These volunteers continue to serve their community with unwavering dedication and big hearts. Their selflessness and community spirit inspire the community, and they truly embody the spirit of service and sacrifice.
Thanks very much. It's a great honour and privilege to be accepting this award tonight on behalf of the 20 fire brigades within the Greater City of Shepparton catchment area, of which I'm the group officer for. This award means a lot to us. Whilst most people would think of us as, you know, the people that turn up in the red trucks, it's not always about red trucks. It's about community engagement, education. We spend a lot of time training, and there's always the time that the pager goes off, often at the most inconvenient times. Just wanted to point out that, yeah, we have close to 200 and something odd members within our brigades. And this really means a lot to us, and I just wanted to sort of focus on the 2022 floods event that ravaged through Greater Shepparton. Whilst, again, you know, we're the red trucks that turn up to fires, during the flood event as well, every single one of our members contributed to the event, whether it was you know, knocking on doors, delivering food parcels, filling sandbags and things like that. So to win this award is certainly a great honour and privilege, and also I'd just like to you know, recognise the other nominees as well. So thanks very much.
Congratulations again to the Cogs Group of Fire Brigades and Member Brigades. You're all right now to go. I'm sure you will all agree that we are truly lucky to have such a wonderful community with amazing volunteers. On behalf of Greater Shepparton City Council, we would like to congratulate all of you who were nominated this evening. Your contribution to our community has not gone unnoticed, and we would like to acknowledge your efforts along with the efforts of all the members of our community who volunteer their time.
We'd also like to acknowledge the people who volunteered to be on the awards assessment panel. What a difficult task you had this year with the number and range of nominations. Thank you very much for giving your time and expertise. Thank you also to Jamie Lee and her team at JL Productions and Marley Kelly Designs, who organised the amazing staging for tonight's event. A huge thank you again to Mitch Barrett for your videography skills, Arnie, Pam, Georgina and Peter for being in the video, and the Goulburn Valley Seniors Association Musical Group, and Samuel Johnson for his amazing keynote speech. We would also like to acknowledge the support and input of the Greater Shepparton Volunteer Managers Network. Without them, we wouldn't have such a successful and supported awards.
To the organisers of this event who have worked tirelessly in the background, and the community wellbeing team at Council, thank you. And finally, to all of you who attended tonight's ceremony, as well as those watching via the live stream, thank you so very much. We hope you all had a lovely evening.